Yeah, now it's fine. Okay. So we're here in UNATCO HQ. Still have my flashlight. We're gonna go see... Who we're gonna go see? Guy on the second floor. Which I think in this case actually might be, like, down. Because so far this is the only way to go. Oh yeah, for some reason I keep on, like... I don't know, I keep on crouching. But look! Hey look what it is. It's a working mirror. Isn't it amazing? It's a little buggy, but it works. And I healed one point. And I healed another point. Do I even need to be healed right now? Oh my god, I do. Well, I think that there's a, there must be a med bot around here somewhere.
Come on in. The retinal scanner can read blood vessel patterns right through your sunglasses.
Great, I don't even have to take my sunglasses off. I wear my sunglasses at night, by the way. Just in case you were curious. Is there... I'm looking for, like, hidden things. Or you know that there's, like, a million friggin' hidden things in this game, right? You know that there's, like... just hidden things everywhere. Ah, Agent Denton, authorized for entry. Can I go in here? No, I can't. Ah, gotta make sure the door closes behind me. Gotta, you know, think of the security.
Remember that Mr. Manderley wants to see you.
Yeah.
Level 2.
Art
His
Vandelay
secretary,
wants to see me.
Has your login and password.
I hear he's an architect. Oh, thought I heard someone around here. Hey, what's up,
We
bud?
finally got to cap some rebels, eh, Denton?
Why are you pushing this cart?
Bet the NSF
Mass
won't
grave
try
in
that
Brooklyn.
trick again.
Hey! I'm reading the newspaper here, alright? Murderous asshole. Responding to an outbreak of Grey Death that quickly overwhelmed all city services. National Guard forces were placed under the command of local law enforcement today and mobilized to help with disposal of the recently deceased in Brooklyn. However, the National Guard soon proved inadequate in containing the chaos, and in many cases the dead were simply left lying in the streets while the dying, mostly homeless, wandered the city until collapsing. Traffic jams and looting remain widespread, and as fear of the disease continues to escalate, frequent riots have made any attempt at an organized cleanup impossible. With the threat of secondary diseases looming, city officials have consulted with the CDC in Atlanta and ordered a mass grave to be dug in Gateway National Park. Oh my god. I didn't realize the plague was so bad. We're on level 1. And as I suspected, level 2 is like down. It's not like a big tall building. I mean, it didn't look like a big tall building from the outside, but locked. Whose office is this? There's no name on it.
Good work up there.
Shut your face, Michael Berry. Is that your name, Michael Berry? Sergeant Michael Berry, that's his name. I don't know whose office this is either. It is also locked. Alright, let's go down. Level 2. Yeah, the paintings are a bit low.
You found your office. Did Jazz
This is my
give you your
office.
login? I guess not. Let's see. JCD password Bionic Man.
Great. JCD. I'll read those in a second. Let me, who the hell's giving me cardboard boxes? JCD. Bionic Man. We have emails. Here's one from Reyes. Hey Mergrim, I guess I'll have to get used to calling you JC. That's right, because my real name is, of course, Mergrim. Around the office, not sure where they came up with that, but at least they gave you the same last codename as your brother. Anyways, whatever they're calling you, it's good to see a familiar name on the roster. My first job here has been to read up on your augmentations. I'm beginning to see why you found classes so easy. Every neuron in your head has been augmented. For example, yes, they are my actual initials. I remember thinking that when I first played this, like, wow, this guy's named after me. This guy could be JCD Jean-Claude Van Damme. They just need like a small V. Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's who I am in this. That's who I am in real life. For example, the voice in your head from an operator, someone here at HQ able to handle the scanning equipment in your skull and broadcast advice over your infolink, leaps fully formed right into your temporal lobe, bypassing the eardrum and its sensory neurons, and it's perfectly inaudible to everyone around you, of course. Not to mention that the nanas clinging to your axons can both receive and transmit symbolic information. So if you ever need help, don't sweat it. Someone at HQ probably already knows. Come by if you want to hear more. This is great stuff. Alright. Jaime. This is also from Dr. Reyes. I was asked by the regional medical coordinator to forward this information to all of you. I do so without further comment. By now you've heard about the upcoming transition to nano-augmentation. It's coming, but not as soon as you think. UNATCO has only one nano-augment agent, with a second just now graduating from the academy. That's me! That's me! It will be years before the program leaves the laboratory. Your mechanical augmentations are not obsolete. Some agents express concern that they will be walking junk in 10 years. One agent expressed their fears in an anonymous email saying, "Will be sold at flea markets, old grey golems for scarying the children. So what about my legs? What about my life?" Apparently his augmentations do not help him in the typing department. Or the spelling department. Keep some perspective. Prosthetics remain the only proven technology for enhancing human abilities. Those who make the sacrifice are appreciated, commended, and saluted as heroes. And from the Med Directorate. Nano-augmentation stressors. Nano-augmentation agents will often encounter stress created by resentment among fellow agents, particularly those who have been mechanically augmented. In an effort to secure freedom and liberty for those under their protection, many UNATCO agents have chosen to sacrifice social acceptance for mission performance by surgically replacing limbs and organs with mechanically or electronically enhanced equivalents. But your nano-augmentations point the way to the future. Thousands of microscopic living organic machines that exist in symbiosis with your body. Nanomachines, son. Because such augmentations create only minimal disfigurement, they are likely to be a source of friction between you and other mechanically augmented agents, but it is important to understand that UNATCO is an organization where individuals must act in concert. Each is important to the whole, and mutual understanding is essential to teams comprised of diverse human and augmented agents. If you have any further questions or wish to discuss these issues, please feel free to send an email to this just horrible email address. What happened to the @ symbol? Carver Eschels at unatco.com to make an appointment. And welcome to UNATCO. Welcome to UNATCO, agent. Welcome to UNATCO, agent. Oh, we have more books. There's a lot. I mean, this is an RPG. It looks like it's a first-person shooter. It looks like it's a stealth action game, and it is those things, but it is also, at its heart, an RPG, and it has a lot of text and a lot of lore. Also, Dr. Reyes isn't actually my boss. He's just my doctor. So let you know. The evil guy from the intro, I think, is technically my boss. Classification. The UN has 9 levels of security above top secret. Wow. This manual and all material that is not otherwise marked is classified as Angel/OA. If you are not Angel, OA, or above, report immediately to your supervisor or face disciplinary action. Other classifications will be explained upon reaching higher clearance. In its efforts to combat terrorism, the UN has created UNATCO for the swift deployment of a coordinated force to counteract any insurgent operations. You are justifiably proud to be a part of this organization. Your physical capabilities place you within the upper 1% of national ground combat units, while your mental capabilities have been honed to sharpness by the UNATCO Academy. Oh yeah, my mental capabilities are super sharp. But as part of a larger organization, you also understand the necessity to heed orders from your superiors. Heed orders in all caps from your superiors without hesitation. Your superiors are typically briefed on matters for which you may not be cleared, and hesitation on the part of an agent can result in the serious impairment of mission objectives and attendant casualties. UNATCO has faith in you, and this faith will be rewarded in due time as your operational capacities are increased. Brave the darkness, for you carry the torch of freedom. That's not ominous or anything. French connection found in rubble. Recently released evidence from last year's bombing of the Statue of Liberty supports growing rumors that link the incident with the French terrorist group Silhouette. Already, members of Congress are calling for immediate cessation of diplomatic relations between the United States and France unless the responsible parties are brought to justice. Fuck France. No offense to French people. But I mean, if I don't think that France could force the United States to do a goddamn thing. Just saying. I'm not sure France could force a lot of people to do a goddamn thing. No offense to French people. You're great. I like your food. I like your music. But let's just continue on before I offend more people. Rash accusations will not reverse the damage that has already been done, said UNATCO Director Joseph Art Vandelay. Both France and the U.S. subscribe to the UNATCO Charter. We are committed to the full and ongoing investigation of this horrible crime. I don't know what he sounds like. I'm sure we'll see what he sounds like shortly. An anonymous email received from an individual purporting to be the Silhouette Minister of True Lies. Minister of the Schwarzenegger movie? Denies all responsibility. For that, you must go to the center of the maze. The email said in part. That was not a good French accent. I shouldn't do accents, never. More. How many handbooks do I have? And they're all like open to a different page. In carrying out their duties, UNATCO agents often come in contact with the public. You are a peacekeeper, and your first objective is to safeguard human life. Though terrorists may see an advantage in harming civilians, UNATCO agents do not. Issue a warning before firing at a suspect, and always instruct bystanders to get down on the ground. Refrain from firing into large crowd. Every civilian hurt is collateral damage. However, keep in mind that no civilian with a clearance below Angel/OA should be trusted, and may be a potential spy. Wow! Anyone can be a spy, and secrecy is our ally. Remember, we're all in this together. A lot of propaganda in here. Also, screw this box. I don't know what was in it. I don't know if you can actually open boxes. I don't know. I don't think that there's an open box function. Is there anything like hidden under here? No. Okay. Let's close this. Who's in here?
Your partner for the next assignment, Anna Navarra, is in the adjoining break room to the east. Maybe you should introduce yourself.
Maybe I should. You're right. We can let Mr. Vandelay wait. Houseplant locked. There's just ammo in there, it looks like.
Hell of a first day.
Yep. God, how many handbooks are there? For far too long, terrorists have exploited international tensions and regional legislative variations to elude authorities. Shut your face! I'm reading a book. I'm reading your book. So why don't you go back to reading quietly, and I will also go back to reading quietly. A significant step was made towards eliminating these legal loopholes when U.S. President Philip Riley Meade lobbied the Congress to make the U.S. and a UNATCO member nation. I can read. I'm having difficulty reading today. Enough is enough, he declared in his landmark State of the Union address. And the citizens of the United States responded with an enthusiastic endorsement of his position. Not only did the United States become a charter member of UNATCO, but UNATCO headquarters are now located on Liberty Island in the shadow of that shattered monument to freedom. Freedom, all caps. UNATCO deals not only with terrorist threats, but also any transgressions of the international legal code, including drug trafficking, software piracy, and money laundering. You would not download a car, because that technology is not yet available. Soon, though. 3D printers. With the full support of the United States, UNATCO was, for the first time, able to truly declare itself the world's policeman. The world's policeman. My God. What, So this is Liberty Island. I guess this is from before they were attacked.
We'll finish the job when we get to Manhattan.
Shut your face, unnamed UNATCO trooper. At least the other guy had a name. The other guy was Michael Berry. Hey, it's probably the devs. I would imagine so. A lot of good stuff here. I mean, these look like certificates that could just be printed out on like your home inkjet and framed to look official. Alex Navari, are you in here? Isn't that the I'll talk to them in a second. Someone muted the TV here. Can't don't think I can unmute it. Hey guys.
Are you sure you pressed the right button?
I do not make mistakes of that kind.
Your hand might have slipped.
No, I wanted orange. It gave me lemon lime.
The machine would not make a mistake.
It's the maintenance man. He knows I like orange.
So you think the staff has some kind of plot?
Yes, they do that on purpose.
Oh god. Cape Canaveral! Mead from Mars! Wow, Mars makes mead? I'd like to try some of that. NASA scientists confirm that the eroded remains of the Alba Patera crater on Mars precisely match the face of the President Meade. It's him, declared senior planetary specialist Kevlar Umla. There's his nose, that ridge, see? See the crater rim marking his hairline? The way he combs his hair appearing in this region of parallel valleys? The White House has had no comment. However, Martin Wisdom, president of EA, Enemies of Aliens, president of EA Sports, it's in the game, told Midnight Sun, "This is the evidence we have been looking for, a warning that Mr. Meade is not human. He is probably a Martian general, a war hero, come here to conquer the Earth with the assistance of the United Nations." Wouldn't that be awesome if that was actually the plot of this game? I don't think that it is. But it would be pretty awesome. Wow, this one heals 2 points. I mean, I could literally just stay here for like half an hour healing myself all.
My new partner, StealthDenton.
Oh, hi.
Don't tell me you're going to wear those sunglasses during a night operation.
I do wear my sunglasses at night.
Better to look good than to have the distractions of another agent who needs backup.
Forgive my interruption. I just wanted to say that I look forward to working with you, Agent Navarra. Also, excuse me, I've got to be briefed by Mr. Manderley.
I do not expect you to perform as well as Agent Herman, but the mission will require us to do more than frighten the NSF with our baggy coats that make us look bigger than we really are.
I am prepared to perform my duties.
For instance, not to be a man running into enemy lines without coordinated military assault.
No problem.
No problem. This computer. Let's see. I'm not going to read off all of these. I'm going to... Silhouette and France have declared meme war, or war of meanings in their terminology. They spread email and pamphlets that lampooned the UN's proposal for one world democracy, tedious exercise and rudimentary propaganda. Maybe I will read all this. This is actually kind of interesting. With sophistries and doublespeak that portray freedom as obedience, democracy as tyranny, and UNATCO as the perpetrator of terrorism, an idea that, shocking as it is, reprehensible. Sure. Oh yeah, UNATCO seems like a real upstanding organization so far. Other organizations, such as the self-proclaimed Revolutionary National Secessionist Forces, which we just got done fighting in the statue, in the U.S., claim allegiance to the meme war, but are in fact no better than common criminals. They desire territory and wealth at the expense of society at large. Their civil war is merely a smokescreen for criminal activity. Any population can be quickly turned against such revolutionaries simply by educating them about UN's policies and goals. Signed, Art Vanderlei, Architect, UNATCO. Threat profiling. Symbolic attacks, the Statue of Liberty bombing, the desecration of the Soviet War Memorial in Berlin, the department store shooting sprees on Orchard Road in Singapore are the recourse of the weak. They serve only to call attention to a group or cause that is of no more than marginal interest to the public. But what distinguishes true terrorist activity is the gradual escalation towards genuine acts of war. Fringe groups now have access to technology that allows direct assaults on governments, including the classic trio of nuclear, biological, or chemical weaponry. NBC. But aside from direct assaults on a nation and its people, indirect attacks can cause considerable collateral damage. Rogue software can disrupt financial markets, communications, and military operations, while encryption programs allow terrorists to coordinate smuggling operations in secret right over the net. Drugs, guns, illegal immigrants, and even heavy equipment such as armored vehicles and cruise missiles are routinely traded across borders, aided and abetted by such software. UNATCO, the first organization with the technology, manpower, and authority to Capote with such threats, is an idea that is long overdue. To Truman Capote with these threats. We need to truly Truman Capote. NSF, the National Secessionist Force, remain a very real and increasingly widespread terrorist threat. 10 years ago, in response to the Sporting Weapons Act of 2042... Sporting Weapons Act? Splinter groups from nearly every state militia refused to surrender their rifles, grenades, landmines, and other collectibles prohibited by the act, unified under the charismatic leadership of Leon Woods. These isolated fanatics eventually formed the NSF, and Woods assumed the rank of general. Their intended goal, the liberation of Washington, Montana, Oregon, and Northern California. But not Southern California. Fuck those hippies. While Woods died during his infamous Last Stand in 2045, his war machine continues what can only be termed an occupation of United States, aided by an encrypted network designed by dissident computer scientists from San Francisco and Seattle. Currently, the UNATCO Cryptography Division has had minimal success in cracking their communications, requiring more direct intelligence gathering techniques to be utilized. The unit has declared war on the NSF. Well, that's good, Rill, that you're in Southern California. That means they don't care about you. You're safe. They only want Northern California. I mean, I guess there's more hippies in San Francisco than there are in Los Angeles. But... Silhouette. Famous for inserting 20th century style commercials into the net broadcast of the World Cup in 2050. What year is it anyway? Printed circuits, part of this nutritious breakfast, the announcer told children in one of the World Cup commercials. You ain't mech till you eat mech. A mech boy chews a memory chip. Boys who eat organics get stomped by their post-human classmates. Mech boys in UNATCO helmets and metal boots take turns kicking another boy. Wow, that sounds like an amazing commercial. It sounds like something from RoboCop. Despite their numerous pranks, these intellectual artists and labor organizers pose a serious threat. They are well armed and have been linked to the murders of numerous European politicians and journalists. They will not hesitate to use lethal force. Also, apparently suspected of blowing up the Statue of Liberty's head. The Triads, I mean, we know who the Triads are. Triads are a real bunch of people. Surveillance of Hong Kong is currently a high priority given the renewed threat of Chinese organized crime in the form of the Triads. Despite being a model of prosperity and technological leadership for decades, Hong Kong persists as a haven for organized crime. The Triads, namely the Luminous Path and Red Arrow, pretty sure those are both DC characters, vie for control of the 10 trillion credit shipping business, much of which supplies Greater Asia with pirated technology, illegal drugs, and weapons. Most disturbing of all, the Triads preach an ethic of technopiracy that has found enthusiastic support among small shopkeepers and businessmen, who often aid the gangsters and buy their bootlegged software. Gullible and greedy, this army of middlemen remain insensitive to how their violations of intellectual property and copyright laws damage the global information economy. You wouldn't download a car. I would download a car. I'm pretty sure I have downloaded cars as DLC for racing games. So, I mean, I've already done so. Know your enemy, other threats. UNATCO operatives have identified over 1,250 terrorist organizations active in the world today, some too small to currently present a serious threat, but all eager to see one or more governments topple. Groups such as the Templars from Europe and X-51 from the Western US will be dealt with in subsequent volumes of Know Your Enemy. Whole lot of lore. 2 credits. I don't want to spend credits on vending machines. Let's can I can't quite like get it into the sink. I was gonna maybe put some water on for tea, but that's not gonna happen. Also, why does the Russian lady have a like a Spanish Mexican name? That pinball machine sounds like it's maybe not doing too great. Let's go. There's Art Vandelay's office. What's It's locked. Let's maybe go down to level 3 real quick. What?
Before the briefing, you've got to go to level 3 for your equipment and a medical examination. See Jaime Reyes in the med center and Sam Carter in the armory.
Sam Carter? Am I in Stargate? Colonel... Ow! Yeah, stupid bot.
That
Don't
was
mind
a
me.
close one up there.
That was a close one with the friggin' bot. Jesus. I'm not sure why I am, like, continuing to...
I don't like getting shot at. Not one bit.
crouch, but it's fine. Hold on, I have to go to the bathroom. Even cyborgs need to go to the bathroom sometimes. Cigarettes there. Lockpick. Alright, JC, you can do this. Just act like yourself, alright? They hired you for you. And they trained you, and they gave you all the nanomachines. So they want you, JC, so it's okay to be confident. They already want you. It's good. Okay. I'm not gonna go in the ladies' room.